morning, all. We set aside this time for brief announcements that will be of interest to our community and friends. Please be succinct when announcing upcoming events or updates. If you have an announcement, please raise your hand. When Randy or I call on you, come up to this podium or unmute yourself on Zoom and speak. And I'll get started, and then I'll call on Nancy. I'll get started to say the men's group meets tomorrow at 10 a.m. here in the sanctuary and on Zoom. An email will come out with the Zoom link. And on Wednesday, I'm convening the RE activity of a TED Talk online on Zoom. There'll be a Zoom link for that as well. 4 p.m. this Wednesday, and Anita has suggested a video that I think we're going to use. It's an interview with Madonna, who is way more interesting than I thought, so you might want to tune into that. Any other announcements? Nancy, you were, oh, okay, well, Nancy beats you, Randy, and then Randy. Oh.
Nancy looks a little different.
Okay, good morning. Typically, we have our worship committee meeting on the fourth Monday of the month, but we were out and about across the ocean this last month, and it turns out that we cannot really cancel that meeting, so I'm going to have it occur tomorrow at 4:30. So those of you on the worship committee, I sent you a notice. We're going to meet tomorrow because we do need to meet. It's the end of the year and a lot of stuff to cover. So again, if worship committee meeting tomorrow at 4:30. If you're interested in joining us, you're welcome to. Just give me a note or email and I'll get you the link and you can enjoy the fun with us. Okay, thank you.
And it is fun. Nancy?
In case anyone was confused, that was Randy. I'm Nancy. But I'm resurrecting the Moving Towards Racial Justice group after talking with Kat yesterday, and I've sent an email to people who are in the group attaching a podcast by on This American Life about the immigration judges who are coming forward and speaking about what the hell is happening. It's really interesting. You don't have to be a lawyer. So if anybody would like this email, let me know if you didn't get it, and I'll send you the link to the episode. We could get together and talk about it or not. I don't, I'm on grandma call. Any moment, I'm heading to LA. So that's it. And maybe I should announce also while I'm up here, the women's group meets tomorrow at 2:00 here. And Sue sent a really interesting topic about home, and the women are all invited to come.
Well, some of you have been giving me clothing during the summer, and it's been great. Now begins the official warm clothing drive for the winter. And I'm looking for one sweater or one jacket per person. I don't need a big bag of stuff, and you've probably given me everything you have over the years, maybe. So I'm just letting you know that that's what's happening. In this town, there's only men really unhoused. There's some women transients that come through, but it's mostly men. And then the women's clothing that I receive, as I'm doing today, is going down to Mitchell Park and being well received down there. So men's clothing is a coveted thing. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'd be happy to come pick it up at your house. You don't have to do too much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carol Broadhurst, and I'm on the schedule for a potluck this Saturday coming up, which we hope all of you can come to. I haven't received any RSVPs. I know I've been out of communication for a while, but I'm getting stronger all the time. And we're working hard to get the house ready, so please come. And you know how it works better than I do. So bring your salads or whatever, and your drinks, I think. Is that right?
Anything, but yes.
Dishes, and if you want wine, I believe it says your own alcoholic beverage. I have lemonade still from the farm, so I'm going to serve some of our delicious lemonade. And I'm going to make pulled pork. So that's what I'm up for, and I hope you all fill in. And you don't need to RSVP. We'll be ready. Just
Hi. These are two concepts that are new to me. Conserving large landscapes and linking landscapes on the Central Coast to conserve biodiversity and climate adaptation. That's the topic next Sunday afternoon in the Green Space Speaker Series. It'll be by Anika Keeley, who is a recent resident here in Cambria. She works with FFRP, and her husband, Brian, is on the board of Green Space. 4 o'clock next Sunday. You might want to reserve a spot, and you could do that by emailing or calling Green Space.
Where, Wayne?
Here. We've been, Green Space has been lucky to have an arrangement with us, to have speakers here on a Sunday afternoon from time to time.
Yeah, it's been a great series. Thank you, Wayne. Next week, Craig Penner will present Shame, Persistent, Difficult, Approachable. Craig Penner. Let us take a moment to still our hearts, quiet our minds, and center ourselves. When the soul is awakened, it becomes a quiet presence that can bring peace into the confusion of our days. Thanks to John O'Donohue for that word. Mary Ann will light the chalice here in the sanctuary. Those of you at home are invited to light your chalice now. We seek our place in the world and the answers to our heart's deep questions. As we seek, may our hearts be open to unexpected answers. May the light of our chalice remind us that this is a community of warmth, of wisdom, and welcoming of multiple truths. That chalice lighting by Julianne Lepp. Before we sing the first hymn, let me remind our remote participants to leave yourselves muted. However, you and those who are with you can sing as big and loud as you like. Make it a joyous experience. Please stand in body or spirit and sing the opening hymn, number 335, Once When My Heart Was Passion Free.
Once when my heart was passion free, to learn of things divine, the soul
Good morning. Welcome on this beautiful morning to the Unitarian Universalist community of Cambria. We're glad you've joined us today. Our UUCC sanctuary sits on land that the Salinan and Chumash indigenous peoples historically inhabited. On November 30th, 2024, the Chumash Heritage National Marine Sanctuary, the country's first indigenous-nominated national marine sanctuary, was established. The sanctuary, nearly 4 times the size of Yosemite National Park, stretches along 116 miles of the California coastline. Right out here, that coastline supports a number of at-risk species, including the southern sea otters, abalone, and blue whales. The sanctuary encompasses Point Conception, or Humkuk, in the Chumash language. It's particularly a sacred space for the tribe, who believe it is the point from which the souls of their dead travel from this world to the next. One unfortunate note, Salinan tribes have objected to the naming of the sanctuary Chumash heritage over areas they consider part of their ancestral homeland as well. They argue that the name implies a singling out of the Chumash heritage to the exclusion or erasure of Salinan heritage in those areas. We honor Chumash and Salinan contributions to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to gather in faith on their unceded territory. Let us respect their legacy and protect their history as we occupy this sacred space. As Unitarian Universalists, we celebrate religious diversity and welcome all who journey in search of faith and spirituality. The UUCC is a lay-led congregation run by the democratic process. We invite speakers from all religious traditions and spiritual or scientific backgrounds as well as community leaders, to speak here at our pulpit. We encourage presentations covering a variety of topics and areas of interest that connect with the UU's 7 principles and 6 values: equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, justice, and interdependence, with love at the center. Today's service centers around the 4th principle: we affirm and promote a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. My name is Andy Fagan, and I am your worship associate for this morning's service. We extend a special welcome to today's guests and visitors. We're glad you joined us this morning. I seem to recognize all our faces here, but if I'm missing anybody and you're a guest, we would love you to introduce yourselves. Everybody know everybody? Good. Our mailing list is on the UUCC website at uuccambria.org. Please make sure that you're signed up there to be informed about all our upcoming activities. Members and friends, please check out What's Happening, the e-blast sent to you every week. This is a great way to keep up to date with all the latest news. And to see this or any past Zoom services, the recordings can be found on the UUCC website. So again, good morning and welcome to everyone. The affirmation is both a recognition of the nature of this community as well as a promise to which we aspire. Let us now sing the affirmation.
Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help, and to help, and to help one another.
We take this time to celebrate all those who are having a birthday this month. Birthdays are special, a day when we celebrate your entry into this world and honor your existence. If you have a birthday this month, please raise your hand. When Randy or I call on you, please reveal your special date. Judy.
Well, I will be 84 on the 22nd. And don't ask me how I got there. I don't know.
Happy birthday. Chris in the back.
I'll be 73 on the 15th.
October 15th. Nancy.
I will be an undisclosed age on October 14th. And perhaps more importantly, my granddaughter will be born this month. And we don't have to win.
Yeah, to be announced.
7.
October 7th, Maria. Yeah, in a minute. Yes, Tom.
Not me, but the 19th will be the 100th anniversary of my father's birth.
Oh. Yes?
And I throw in John Lennon on the 9th.
Oh, John Lennon. Thank you. All right. Randy, any birthday celebrations online?
None out there. Back to you.
Amazing. Okay. This birthday candle honors all our friends and family members who are also celebrating birthdays this month. Thank you, Mary. Now is the time for sharing your heartfelt joys and concerns with us, your spiritual community. Please feel free to come forward and briefly express a personal celebration, sorrow, reflection, or gratitude. The collective flames of these candles embody all the joys and concerns which may have gone unspoken today, but are also deeply felt in this community. Our first reading. In 1929, Paramahansa Yogananda wrote a poem called Samadhi that captures the experience of pure bliss. The poem, which is fairly long, concludes with this. Vanish the grosser lights into eternal rays of all-pervading bliss. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt. Ocean of mind, I drink all creation's waves, four veils of solid, liquid, vapor, light, lift aright. Myself in everything enters the great myself, gone forever, fitful, flickering shadows of mortal memory. Spotless is my mental sky, below, ahead, and high above. Eternity and I, one united ray, a tiny bubble of laughter, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Let us enter a place of peace and serenity where you are one with your spiritual being. Be at peace within your space where the absence of all that is temporal is its most cherished gift. Let us enter the stillness. May you find serenity in the quiet of your soul. May your thoughts rest in stillness, your heart be steady and sure. May nothing trouble you, and may peace enfold you gently as light settles around the fading day. Amen. The second reading is by Joseph Campbell. You enter the forest at the darkest point where there is no path. Each human being is a unique phenomenon. The idea is to find your own pathway to bliss. Our bliss is the what, where, and when we feel most authentic, most ourselves. It is what we are doing when time drops away and we reside in an eternal now. Eternal means more than forever. From the Latin e, or outside, and ternum, or time, that which is eternal exists outside time. It transcends time. When you are in your bliss, ego concerns dissolve. You aren't thinking about that misunderstanding with your sister, or what you should do for dinner, how you're going to pay the light bill next Tuesday, or what's on television tonight. When you are in your bliss, whether that bliss is sculpting clay or crunching numbers, time ceases to exist. If you do follow your bliss, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all the while, waiting for you. And the life that you ought to be living is the one you are living. When you can see that, you begin to meet people who are in your field of bliss, and they open doors to you. I say, follow your bliss and don't be afraid, and doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be. Today's talk is titled, Follow Your Bliss, How I Ended Up in Paradise and Didn't Have to Die, to be delivered by Mary Ann Anderson. Mary Ann is one of those people it's hard to pigeonhole. With a vast musical discography and a wide variety of literary styles, she's also a polyglot, or as someone once said, she picks up languages like a vacuum cleaner picks up dust. She's traveled extensively, living in Europe and Brazil, as well as all over the United States. A former member of this congregation, she has found her happy place in Hawaii, and now serves as music minister for the fellowship Unity on Maui. Her spiritual journey has led her into churches, temples, mosques, sweat lodges, oceans, forests, anywhere there is a semblance of worship. Her talk today includes several UU principles, mostly number 4, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. She and her husband Ames will include several songs in her sermon today, so open your ears and your hearts, and please welcome Mary Ann Anderson.
Aloha. And aloha to all our friends out there in Zoom. It is so wonderful to see all of you wonderful people today. From my heart, I wanted to jump up and say how joyful I am, but I'll just tell you right now, I'm so joyful and happy to see everybody here, my old friends, my true friends. Thank you. So today I'm here. Randy asked me, Mary Ann, what's going on with your life over in Hawaii? Do you want to come and talk about it? I said, okay. I'd like to share a personal story, a journey. It follows the guidelines also of the great master Joseph Campbell. He's quite adept at articulating spiritual ideas in very practical terms, sort of like what Alan Watts did. Here's some steps. There are some steps that I'd like to share with you and talk story with you a little bit about them. Things that I've discovered in following my bliss. And talk story is a Hawaiian term for casual chat, casually talking about things. Finding a path involves exploring your innate passions and interests, and even those that don't immediately seem lucrative or practical. So, yeah, practical. Well, I'm not a very practical person, so let's just start out with the beginning. And there you are, jack of all trades. Beginning with my childhood. Well, childhood is a very good place to start. Anyway, when I was a kid, I remember being labeled jack of all trades. And I thought, that's great. That's for me, for sure. I do all these things. I can do all these things and all at once. So the original version, jack of all trades, is used to compliment for a person who's good at fixing things and has a broad knowledge of things. It's a figure of speech that originated in 1618 when Geoffrey Mouchou, based on his time in debtor's prison of all places. I guess he had a lot of time to think about that. And music has played a very important part in my childhood. I was singing along songs to the radio at the age of 4, even after the radio was turned off. And I could shake a leg, as my mother put it. In fact, I found it hard to keep still. Today they call it ADHD, but back then, who knew? I was just this restless kid in the 2nd grade who finished my classwork early and got fidgety. Thank heavens for Mrs. Johnson, who always found a job for me to do, erasing the board, emptying the trash. Admittedly, I lacked focus. I bounced from one thing to the other, but boy, was I really devastated when I heard much later the second part of that phrase, master of none. That didn't come for at least a century later. Wonder who wrote that one. This was a lesson in humility for me, and the saying was often paired with the comment that I was not very practical. So practical also meant practice, and I wasn't very good at practicing because I couldn't sit still long enough to practice anything. You know, you had to sit there and go repeat, 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 repeat. Well, I got bored too easily. Well, as for fixing things, that kind of would come later, if at all. Exploring my passions and interests, obviously music. It's in my head so much that, you know, the earworms work round the clock, nonstop, day and night. It's been a constant presence in my life. So I'm grateful that I found a partner I could share this music with. My other passion revolves around people. This you might call a waiting line in Hawaii. I so needed friends when I was young because we moved 9 times before I finished high school. And it was hard for me to find that until much later in life. But let me tell you, it's been worth the wait and the effort. Friendships. I found that friendships, when properly cultivated, can create a garden of delight. And they still need cultivation. It takes time, consistency, trust, and abundant love. On Maui, I have rebooted my annual Christmas sing-along where I crowded close to 30 people into our little condo, and we sang to the background of the waves crashing outside. Embrace the journey. Instead of being disheartened by challenges, view them as integral parts of your growth and development on your unique path. That's the bamboo forest at the Haleakala National Park on Maui. It's a crooked path, isn't it? I've walked many a crooked mile, for sure, but good shoes come in handy. I have a spiritual bent which offers me a path to inner peace and some direction. Let's just see there's a lot of power in prayer and meditation. And I've had support from good friends as well as professionals. Challenges. Doesn't everyone have them? I mean, yes, in life, in my life, there was abuse, there was financial hardship, years of physical pain, not to mention the aging process. There's an old German proverb that said, "Was man nicht tötet, macht ihn stärker." and it means what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So we're all still alive and kicking, and we are stronger, yes, much stronger. So if you do see life as a process of nature, you'll probably come to a state of acceptance. And of course, gratitude to still be alive. Believe me, I don't mature very easily. I didn't mature very easily, and some of it included a lot of kicking and screaming. But it does happen to us all, sometimes when we're not even aware of it or not looking. This flower is called the pikake, and it's the jasmine. It was the favorite of Queen Liliuokalani. So the ultimate goal really here, when you see something like this, when you see the beauty in a simple piece of nature, entwined in a lei that is put over the heart, I think you can feel that. The ultimate goal is not just fulfillment, self-fulfillment, but to channel that energy and purpose outwards, contributing something meaningful to the world. So by way of contribution, I would like to invite my husband Ames up. We're going to offer a song to you about this beautiful flower, the lei pikake. And its fragrance is so sweet it can make you dizzy. You ready?
Hey
As we say in Hawaii, mahalo nui loa. Big, big, big thanks. Big thanks. Well, I have found value and music in poetry and in the simple pleasures in life. As a matter of fact, Ames and I call ourselves our band Simple Pleasures. He's simple.
Parents is Bliss.
And the band has expanded. Everything seems to expand over there for us. We've added a bass player, a drummer, a sax, guitar, and everything is just growing. Everything grows. We do give thanks for our life on Maui and the way we begin each day, me in the water, and Ames doing little jobs here and there that don't take up a lot of time and don't demand so much. So he's usually home about 3, and we go over and hit the sweet spot at the beach, go swimming and come back and play music and music and music and music. And in the 28 years I've known him, he'd never written a note until last August, and the muse taps him on the shoulder at about 3 a.m, and so far I think we've got about 15 of your songs. There's going to be two very special ones we'll play for you today. So I do give thanks and precious thanks for the warmth and comfort of the island, long walks on the beach, poetry, music, community. I value the many friendships I have cultivated here with people of like minds and souls. I also value my position as music minister at Unity on Maui. There was no Unitarian Universalist, but I found the uni. And it really does all come together, unifying, unification. And we play there every Sunday. But one of the things that really also brings me peace is the quiet time, the silence, the meditation. So I'd like to invite you to take just a moment, a short moment, and listen to your inner voice. It's a way to open up our minds and hearts and a path to bliss. Hana is a very sacred place in Maui, way down in the southern tip. Lindbergh's grave is there, as a matter of fact. It inspired many of these new songs that Ames has been writing, and both of us have been writing. Talk about finding bliss for both of us. We're on this journey more and more together, and nature rules my perspective, our perspective in all forms, spiritual, physical, emotional, intellectual even. Finding what brings a true sense of meaning and joy. Observe deeply, breathe, Take in the beauty of this earthly plane we occupy, right here in Cambria, the beauty that surrounds us. Identify those feelings, and if you're lucky, find the means to express that. So, as a means to express it, here we go again. A song, one of the very first songs that Ames wrote just a couple of months ago. It's called Hannah Moon.
Hannah Moon, reaching palms to Hannah Moon. You like the sand, you like the sea, you like the way back home for me. A million stars fill the skies, a million stars fill my eyes, a silence that no ears can hear. You take my heart, you take my fear. Hannah Moon, reaching palms to Hannah Moon. You like the sand, you like the sea, you like the way back home for me. No beginning, there is no end. Another curve, another bend. Lead me there and there I'll be. Then bring my love back home to me. Hannah Moon, reaching palms to Hannah Moon. You like the sand, you like the sea, you like the way back home to me. To your night I will return, to look and listen and ever yearn for the peace you've given me, the gift of peace someday I'll be. Hannah Moon, Hannah Moon, Hannah Moon, Hannah Moon, Hannah Moon, Hannah Moon.
Yeah, Hannah Moon. I'd like to spend a little time talking about finding one's place in this world, not only on this world. Joseph Campbell states, if you do follow your bliss, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all the while, waiting for you. Truth. I never saw myself as a teacher. I just wasn't the type. But since I had to pay the rent, I got a job teaching English to adults from all over the world. I wasn't seeking it. It found me. Or so I thought. I wasn't my true calling, or so I thought, until a little voice inside me said, hey, try this out. Open your heart. Listen to people. Learn from these people. Embrace the journey. And this would eventually lead me to where I was supposed to end up. So I trusted that voice, unaware that I was, in fact, following my bliss. I was walking the walk, doing the job that was laid out for me to do, and boy, oh boy, was I thrilled and delighted to find out how much joy and happiness it brought to my life. And friends. Why, we could travel around the world and never stay in a hotel. I learned a lot. I learned to listen to other people, ask questions about them, instead of telling people about me. Learn about other people. So I did this for a living for nearly 30 years. After I retired, I struggled to find purpose. It was difficult for me. We'd moved to a new place, to Cambria, and we had absolutely no connections. And it took quite a while for me to find a writing group. And I spent so many lonely hours walking the ranch, looking for places to swim, my thing. Found tidbits of performing opportunities here, mostly of my own creation, but it wasn't enough. I've become involved with the Unitarian Universalist, which for a short while did bring purpose to my life. I still wanted more. I still knew that there was another path for me and for us. So we had been visiting on and off for several years. Deep in my heart, I knew that Maui was the place. A psychic once told me, yes, you will get here, but not when and how you think. Those words, not when and how you think, those apply to a lot of things in our lives. So yeah, when I stepped foot on that island, it knew me. It knew my toes. The soil knew my toes. I felt like I was returning. It took time and patience and the right conditions for it all to happen, but it did, and it evolved like an embryo. It needed that time to gestate, shall we say, in order to become real, to become true and perfect essence. So we'd like to indulge you with another song that we wrote together called Sweet Hawaiian Blue.
You smiled at me with eyes so true, palm trees swaying and my heart too. They sing to me, sweet Hawaiian blue. Ocean waves, they ebb and flow, midnight moon and afterglow remind me of sweet Hawaiian blue. And when that evening falls and blue skies turn to gray, I know that your sweet smile is just a wish away. My darling, island calls, come home to me, to your wahine, cross the sea. Till then I'll be sweet Hawaiian blue. And when that evening falls and blue skies turn to gray, I know that your sweet smile is just a wish away. My darling, island calls, come home to me, to your wahine, across the sea. Till then I'll be sweet Hawaiian blue. Till then I'll be sweet Hawaiian blue. Till then I'll be sweet Hawaiian blue.
We're not having any fun.
Purpose, purpose, purpose. My life is filled with purpose. It's amazing. I attended Unity on Maui service almost 2 years ago and met the musical director, Robin Fisher. She's right there in the middle there. And we just got along famously and played with her a whole bunch. And after about a month, she said, I'm leaving. You want my job? I said, okay. I have a great appreciation for Mary and Jan for what they do here every week, because it takes time. It takes putting everything all together. But it's purpose, and it's wonderful. And now that Ames is there full time, we play there. So yeah, I wasn't versed in the hymnal, but Reverend Blaine, well, things are much looser over in Hawaii. So he said, free reign, play whatever you want. Well, one time he was doing a talk on rewiring the brain, and I dressed up in my hippie fashion and I sang White Rabbit. So I love all the free reign and permission I have over there. Yeah, and that's me with Robin and Janice Anfield. I don't know if you know who she is. She's a very, very famous a composer of these types of songs, positive songs. If I Were Brave is one of her famous ones, and she's done TED Talks. If you ever want to hear some fabulous music, listen to Janice Anfield. She's internationally known. She lives on Bali right now. Poor girl. I'm also responsible for the care of a dear poet friend, 90 years old, with dementia. Yeah, that's him with the long purple hair, a corporate dropout from the 60s. But he spent almost 3 months in hospital, and it took that long to cut through red tape and do the bureaucracy. I became his surrogate and his advocate. I'm sure a lot of you know what that means, cutting through tapes, especially on the small island of Maui, where there's not much available for long-term care. We finally got him into long-term care. He is not progressing too well, but he was an inspiration to me. He founded the World Peace Poem Project, which is the longest peace poem in the world. It was presented at the UN in 2000. Everybody in the world has signed it. And the Maui Live Poets Society, which I belong to. We also sponsor a Martin Luther King Peace Poem Project every year, and K-12 schools participate in writing peace poems, and he was one of the founders of that. So I belong to very active writing groups, 2 song circles, and have also served on the board of directors of my condo. That's a different skin, I'm sure many of you know. But musically, there are lots of jazz gigs and I was featured in a couple special tributes, one to Frank Sinatra, one to the International Women's Day, Gutsy Women we were called. Do a jazz jam every Sunday, and Ames and I, have worked together, and now our band has expanded. Recently, which you will hear after Last Words, Ames has a worker here in Cambria, Fernando, and he wanted to find a way to write a tribute to him. It's turning into an anthem, and I believe it's going to go global as a thank you for all the workers who give their life and devotion just to make a better life for them and their family. That's all they're trying to do. So we will play that for you at the end of this entire presentation, the service, and we want you to sing along, and we want you to spread that word.
Dance if you feel like it.
Yeah, dance. So I so appreciate the full, rich life that we are living, and that I am fulfilling in myself, my personal journey, following that bliss. And I did end up in paradise and didn't have to die. So I'll finish with a little poem that I wrote. I was walking the beach several years ago, 2018, and this beautiful, beautiful beach. Oh, where's the rainbow? I sent one with a rainbow. But anyway, and I heard this buzzer go off that there was going to be a nuclear attack on Maui. I don't know if you remember that. Ames was on a plane almost ready to land. So this is called In the Event of My Demise from a Nuclear Attack on Maui. Saturday morning sunrise clouds, tangerine pink pillows over Haleakala, warmth resting like a silk scarf on my shoulders, bronzed and tilted forward. Sky awakens, yawns, birds call, feathering palms invite the wind to dance. Dolphins romp like sprites, baby humpbacks mimic their mothers' flapping pectorals, breaching skyward with innocent delight as they splash into a sea of song. I feel a vibration in my pocket, walk a few more steps, toes skimming sand and water in holy communion. I pause, read the words. Ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. I take a good long look around, a deep, calm breath, and await the blue beyond, more than willing, eager even, to pass from one paradise into another. Thank you very much.
Well, precious thanks to Mary Ann and Ames for your return visit to Cambria and taking time to join us this morning.
We'll do it again.
Terrific, terrific. Thank you. This morning's offering will now be given and received. Please remember, we are a self-sustaining congregation and provide all financial services for our many ministries. We recognize the spiritual value of generosity and invite you to participate. If you're viewing this service online, please take a moment to use one of the methods shown on the screen. Thank you. Well, this morning is just filled with glorious music, isn't it? And there's more to come. Our thanks for all the gifts given and received for the work of this community. Please stand in body or spirit and sing the closing hymn, number 1010, We Give Thanks.
Precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we shared with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
As we prepare to extinguish the chalice, let us recite the valediction. We extinguish this flame, but we keep its light in our hearts, with its message of love and justice, taking it outside these walls to the world we live in. Please extinguish your chalice at home now. Now let's form a circle, a big circle, and Mary Ann will speak to us the benediction.
I invite you all to join in singing praise and thanks for all the people who come here to work for themselves, for their family, So please listen to this song and join in at the end and sing with us, Gracias, Señor.
Gracias, Señor, por lo que ha dado, su honestidad y amistad también. Y gracias a su esposa por su trabajo duro para su familia aquí y su familia en México. You came here to work hard for you and your family. You have done as you said, to your word you've stayed true. This country is stronger for the strength you have given, for all you have given to me. My thanks I give to you. Cuídase, amigo mío, cuida a su esposa y su hijo. Trabaja duro por una vida mejor. Por usted, su familia aquí y su familia en México. Gracias, hasta la vista y vaya con Dios. Came here to work hard for you and your family. You have done as you said, to your word you've stayed true. This country is stronger for the strength you have given, for all you have given to me. My thanks I give to you. Gracias, Señor, por lo que ha dado. Gracias, Señora, por lo que ha hecho.
Gracias, señores, por lo que han dado.
Gracias, señoras, por lo que han hecho. Gracias, Señor. Gracias, Señor.